right, we here. I'm here. I am here. Y'all need to be doing. Y'all need to be sharing this shit. Let me hit the light. Turn the light on. Y'all need to be sharing this. Welcome, 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 my fellow red-blooded Americans and non-Americans. How y'all doing? Salute to everybody. Rest in peace, John Amos. Gotta start off with that. Rest in peace to the great John Amos. That's. This is America, Jack. That's where I get it from. Every time I say that, that's me pulling out my inner Mr. McDowell. This is America, Jack. Goddamn right. We're Americans, Jack. Rest in peace to the great one. But what's up, everybody? What's up, Netta J? Netta here on time. That's what's up. Yeah, Bliss capsules. Get yourself some of these Bliss capsules. Star just put it in the chat. Bliss capsules. BlissCapsules.com. What's up, Sincere? Sincere did a great show the other day. I was in your live. I watched most of that show, man. Y'all subscribe. I'm about to put his y'all subscribe to this brother right here. He and Nicey Girl do his podcast. They do a YouTube every Sunday about 3 o'clock. Always some interesting topics. Always interesting topics. So I'm gonna need y'all to head on over there. And Sunday midday, I'm gonna need y'all to tune in with them. Big shout out to you, my brother. Well, it's a lot going on right now, and I want to talk to you about this. I just watched this Piers Morgan interview with Jaguar Wright. We're gonna interview that tomorrow. We'll review that tomorrow. But today, I watched the Dame Dash interview today, and he was talking about just a lot of the things that was going on in the back in the day, getting asked some questions. And I want to start off by saying, I got a lot of love and respect for Dame Dash. So salute to him. Y'all know I always got the jokes, but I didn't have no jokes when he when his grill fell out. You know what I mean? To me, that wasn't funny, because what I see when I look at him is I see a warrior that's taking on some mighty, mighty giants. And yeah, he may be an asshole to a lot of people. Everybody ain't gonna be nice. You know what I mean? But Dame Dash has spent a career fighting the right people. You know what I mean? He's a true fighter. Has he fought some black people? Yeah. But he mainly fights the right people. And that's a true warrior, if you ask me. I don't get down with people who only got smoke for black folks. Like how Shannon Sharp been moving. I ain't with that. If you're gonna have smoke, anybody can get it. And I respect anybody that got that anybody can get it mindset. And Dame Dash, salute to you. You got that anybody can get it mindset. And although he has done things that I don't necessarily approve of, as far as how he moved, like I told you before, like that interview on Brother Rich's channel and all that stuff. But look, it gotta go past your personal ego when it's a bigger thing involved. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta be able to look past yourself and your sensibilities when it comes to bigger things. What's up, Cyberdyne? Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate that. But we gotta know that sometimes people, including me, will say things that rub you the wrong way, that offend you, make moves you don't like. In the case of Dame Dash, a lot of people, they see the kind of relationships and the different races of women he with, and people criticize that. Look, everybody got their own thing, man. I don't get into people's thing. But overall, does that thing hurt people? And if that thing you got is going at the true power structure, then who am I to criticize that thing? So I'm saying that off top. This ain't a Dame Dash love fest saying that you gotta fall in love with him because, no, nigga, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. You know what I mean? You're not gonna agree to everybody all the time. You're not. You're not gonna agree to everybody all the time. But you know, we gotta look past that and then see when somebody has a bigger message. That's why I would always be with Kanye. Kanye, Kanye married the jump off. You knew Kanye was goofy before Kim Kardashian. But when he married her, he was certified goofy. There was no way to look past how goofy this nigga was. Before that, you could look past the weirdo shit, you know. He not a weirdo in the terms of what these Puffy niggas. Puffy's a weirdo. So let me not use that word for Kanye. But Kanye is kind of weird. He is weird. He's a different kind of weirdo though, you know. He ain't a Drake weirdo. He's a nerdy weirdo. He's a different weirdo. You know, weirdo, but not a Drake weirdo. You know, y'all know what I mean. Well, I appreciate the Cash App, George. Appreciate the Cash App. And if y'all want to hit the Cash App, it's right here, $DewanB1. Much appreciation on the Cash App. So Kanye, is weird as he can move sometime, he's always had smoke for them folks. You know, he has smoke for the people who pay the black people that we don't like. For every black person you don't like, it's a white boy paying him that's 10 times worse. Look at him and see why that black nigga got a job. Working in corporate America is no different than working in the entertainment industry. People hire who they like. You think since these corporate people got $1 trillion jobs, they any different than you working at the county? No, the reason why you got passed over for that promotion is because everybody in the office know you not down for the fuck shit, and everybody know Diana down for all the fuck shit. Diana be on that Kamala Harris shit with the boss. You know what I mean? She knows how to move and politic her way. So Diana, yeah, she gonna be the one to get the promotion because she doing what it take to appease the bosses, and the bosses are comfortable being turtle dickhead jerks around Diana because they know they're gonna have something on Diana because Diana is doing, if they didn't smash the boss, they got something on her. She lives a particular kind of lifestyle that those managers are cool with when it's time to come to the Christmas party. And we all see, and nigga, do we not all see work dynamics play out at the company Christmas party? I don't have a corporate job no more, but press the number 1. Holla if you hear me, chat room. If you see all them dynamics play out at the Christmas party, you find that chick at the job, at the office that been having a crush on you the whole time, you didn't know it, but once some drinks get in her system, you see the other 2 people who been fucking, you thought they were, but now you know, all that shit play out at the Christmas party. No different than the entertainment industry. People hire who they like. They gonna put people in positions that when their debauchery shows, this person's going to get down. That's why you get people like Puff Daddy, Jay-Z in these kind of positions. They're not hiring the straight-laced nigga. They're not hiring the square that only want to do music. You dig what I'm saying? They're not hiring the guy who just wants to arrange music and be in the studio. They don't want that. They want the one that when it's time to party, they down with the party. So you can guarantee, if you look at all the biggest names in music, they only tied to a handful of these white boys. And these white boys had a plethora of niggas to choose from. They could have chose Master P over Birdman. You dig what I'm saying? MC Hammer saw what he did with his. He could have been put in a position of power. We saw how he accumulated it. You know how he lost it at first. That was another honorable thing. Book him with some real money and watch him do some great things. No, they didn't. They saw how the character Ice Cube runs with in his music, and how they could have given him the baton. Nah, they didn't. They know which niggas to get. So that's the premise to this whole story that we about to get into, because y'all know me, I like to set the foundation before I go into the story. So 1, you can understand my perspective. 2, you can understand it's bigger than Nino Brown. It's bigger than who you looking at. It's bigger than the game you seeing. And you get to see, because oftentimes people see these celebrities and you look at these celebrities as these special people. No, these are the same scumbags you grew up with. They just got put in position through more powerful scumbags. That's all this is. People be doing that shit all the time, man. That's why I'm so comfortable being in. Even though I'm not a Hollywood nigga, and even though I'm not a professional sports environment nigga, I've always been extremely comfortable in those environments and always welcome in those environments because I know how the shit work. And then on top, I'm not welcome in all environments. There's certain circles that I've never been in, and thank God you niggas have enough respect for me to not invite me in. But it works out perfectly. They know who they niggas is. They know who is who. So as we get into Jay-Z's betrayal of Dame Dash and his $40 million, I'm going to start off by saying we're going to play the parts of the interview. We're going to go through it, and then we're going to get through and see, in Dame Dash's words himself, how Jay-Z went about doing that through lowering the value of the Roc-A-Fella brand. And this is just one of many snake moves that you heard about Jay-Z. One of many. And that's why when it comes to a lot of the stuff that's going on with Puffy, all these niggas move the same. It's a small circle of fuck niggas. That's how this shit work. It's a small circle of fuck niggas. And it's everybody else on the outside. And you have those on the outside who are willing to do more to get closer to these fuck niggas. And you got those on the outside who are like, you know what? I'm going to get it over here. And I'm going to say this also. There are a lot of good people in the industry before we get into it. I don't want everybody to be thinking that the whole industry's messed up. The people that make the decisions, they fucked up. And they make victims out of people. And some of those victims become victimizers. But the majority of them don't get even victimized because once they get to that point to even seeing what it is, they back off. That's the majority of those actors and artists that you see. You be like, man, such and such ain't as good as Jay-Z because Jay-Z got 10 #1 albums. Yeah, that's because such and such saw what it took to get 10 #1 albums. And he said, you know what? I'm cool. I'm going to be over here. And I'm just going to rock these 1,500 seat theaters the rest of my life, 3,000 seat theaters, and you can have the stadiums. Because I ain't willing to get doodled with no dingling to get the stadium shows. And that's the majority of the people. So let's understand that too. The people that a lot of you niggas like to clown because they're not as popular as the next person, it's because they're not willing to do what it takes to get there. All right? So don't think everybody's like this. Don't think the whole game is like this. Most of these people is good niggas and good women. All right? They just ain't willing to do this fuck shit, the shit that Jay-Z did to Dame Dash to get to where they had to go. All right? So now that I done set the motherfucking table, let's go into, I don't even have a video set up. And I only got screenshots. I was taking screenshots as I was listening to this interview last night of the parts that I want to mark, that I want to talk about. But I did not go back and take notes. So all I got is screenshots, and as I listen to them talk, I'm going to know exactly what I want to say. Because y'all know my mind, that shit work fast. All right, so let me do this. Hold on, where the fuck is it? I thought I just had it popped up. Hold on, y'all know how this shit go when you be looking for something, and right when you need it, it's gone. Here we go. My first minute marker wasn't highlight that shit. 24-minute mark. All right, so this. Oh, that's that Bliss. Get yourself some blisscapsules.com. Get some of that shit, man. Here we go. And why the fuck am I pinwheeling? I pay too much for this internet to be pinwheeling. Somebody's getting a prorated discount. This shit keeps going. There you go.
And, you know, like 100 grand for Lucky. He's 20. So,
all right, okay, this is the part I want to get to. This is the podcast. This is on American New Network. Salute to American New Network. That's Dame Dash's network that he has. He used to have Dame Dash Studios. Now it's America New. So y'all make sure y'all go to that channel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick screenshot because I don't know if American Nude passed out strikes or not. So I don't know if they passing out strikes, so I'm not gonna keep the video up. I'm not about to find out. So okay, let me cue this up. Here we go. Let me cue that up. Here we go. So I'm gonna put this up. So now y'all know what y'all looking at. Like I said, I didn't have nothing to say about this man's teeth falling out because, man, this man's fighting the right people, and they you can tell is getting to him, but the man's still fighting. So again, salute and respect to Dame Dash. But let's go.
Try to get at you or stop you from what you're doing. You can't tell me that when you read that someone says that their copyright goes back to them in 6 years while I'm trying.
Oh yeah, that's it. Right here, that's what it is. He's first off, before we get to the $40 million, because the $40 million later. This is what's going on now in the news. For those of you who don't know, Jay-Z did some hater bull weak ass shit last week. I don't know if y'all was paying attention. I meant to talk about this. But basically, Dame Dash is trying to sell his third of Reasonable Doubt. And Jay-Z did some hater, weak, hoe ass shit. And I don't respect it. I don't respect the move. Here's the article. Jay-Z told as Dame Dash was trying to put his third up, he said, Dame only has the rights for 6 more years. The rights revert back to me after the 6 years. So whoever buys it, you only gonna have it for 6 years. So the New York City Department of Social Services called Jay-Z out and filed a court filing accusing him of making false claims that have poisoned the upcoming auction of Dame Dash's sale. So Jay-Z, a lot of you niggas' favorite camel face rappers, is gotten the city of New York and the state to come out and like this nigga Jay-Z is now a federal hater. Jay-Z is now a documented federal hater. Nigga, because this nigga's a state court hater. That's gonna be this nigga's new name, Jay-Z, the state court hater. Look at this. Jay-Z's statements to the press have poisoned the environment for the auction. He has claimed that he has a termination right under the Copyright Act, and that rights to Reasonable Doubt will revert to him in 6 years. In fact, he has no such termination right. And the RAF is entitled to the renewal terms, which is now 67 years, meaning it will own the copyrights until the year 2098. In other words, the highest possible auction price could be more than 10 times higher than likely now, given Jay-Z and RAF's actions. RAF is complicit by its inaction in pushing back against such a false statement. This is a motherfucking court document, nigga. Jay-Z's a documented hater. So for all you niggas that want to suck his dick and talk about how many albums he sold, you the same niggas that allowed him to get away with biting his whole career. Biting Eddie Murphy lines. Why, baby girl, why you treat me like animal? Putting that in the song. 99 Problems with a Bitch Ain't One. That's an Ice-T song that he bit. It ain't just Biggie, nigga. You New York niggas need to learn some fucking music outside of New York. Biggie is just 5% of what this nigga bit. And y'all allowed this biting ass nigga to come in. Now we got Drake and Cardi B. Thank you. So now this biting ass nigga is a federally indicted, state indicted hater. Nigga, this is the law department right here, goddammit. This ain't me talking. And a lot of y'all niggas is calling me a hater for all these years for talking about Jay-Z. Look, nigga, let me tell you niggas something. I don't need no fucking federal court indictment for me to identify bullshit. Bullshit is bullshit. I don't give a fuck how many albums it sold. I don't give a fuck how many presidents it rubs elbows with. I know a bullshit ass nigga when I see one. I don't give a fuck. But a lot of you niggas know a bullshit nigga when you see one too. But you infatuated with money, status, and you want to be famous. You want to be rich. You niggas don't give a fuck about justice. You want your turn at the top so you can do the same bullshit that they doing. That's 85% of you niggas that go around talking about, you're just a hater. Yeah, you calling me a hater because you want to be the nigga abusing other niggas. Well, I'm the kind of nigga that I don't want nobody getting abused. And I want all abusers fucking thrown away. Fuck all them niggas. You don't get no motherfucking power and abuse it. That's some bitch shit, nigga. Fuck out of here. I don't respect no nigga that get a sword and use it to slash people who love them. What kind of nigga is you to like somebody, a white man give you a sword to rule with? You could either rule with peace or you can rule with terror and horror. And you, when you get the power of money, you use your money to pay people hush money because you want some fuck shit. You're using your money to crush the next man out of getting his money. And you niggas respect people like that. Fuck that out of here. Anybody that's watching me anytime, I've been on this nigga. Now I got a motherfucking court. This nigga is a federally stated hater. Costing 10 times the amount of money. So all you Jay-Z niggas, take that. I was right, nigga. So let's go in that. So Dame Dash is talking about that right here.
No one's ever owed you millions of dollars. No one's ever assaulted you for years and had a conspiracy.
Let me go back a little further because he said some real shit right here. Oh, let me put the picture up because I'm not sure if Dame Dash Network is sending out strikes. So let me put this picture back up. Here we go.
I want them to make sure. I didn't send them to do it, but they themselves saw that Jay was doing some funky shit.
Okay, I'm gonna go back even further than that. Okay, because I was doing this on my midnight walk last night, and I was just screenshotting when I heard shit that sounded good, and I don't have exact notes, so bear with me, y'all. I apologize, but y'all know I do this shit off the top of my head.
Cause I'm broke, and my daughter's 16. And
here we go.
You know, like $100 grand for Lucky, he's 20. So they want to make sure that they can make and I want them to make sure. I didn't send them to do it, but they themselves saw that Jay was doing some funky shit.
He's talking about the New York State Court. Dame Dash just said they themselves. I didn't send them to Jay. They themselves saw Jay doing some funky shit. I'm gonna start that back at the beginning.
My daughter's 16. And, you know, like $100 grand for Lucky, he's 20. So they want to make sure that they can make and I want them to make sure. I didn't send them to do it, but they themselves saw that Jay was doing some funky shit. Now, for anyone that tells me that someone that's fucking up $1 million of my money and that I shouldn't be speaking on it, you're a dumbass. No one's ever owed you millions of dollars. No one's ever assaulted you for years and had a conspiracy of fucking people that go to funny parties to try to get at you or stop you from what you're doing. You can't tell me that when you read that someone says that their copyright goes back to them in 6 years while I'm trying to sell it, and you don't be like, yo, why would he try to devalue the brand and think that I shouldn't say anything about it? Like I'm always talking about him. Nah, nobody's always talking about him. He's always trying to aggressively stop me from getting my money. And this is something that the state noticed. So now, and then they try.
You heard what he just said? Jay-Z this whole time has been aggressively trying to stop me from getting my money. This is, in the interview, this is about the 25-minute mark of an hour and 7-minute long interview. The part where he talks about Jay-Z sending the $40 million, I think that's somewhere around the 40-minute mark. So we haven't even gotten to him talking about the $40 million at Roc-A-Fella. This is talking about something that's going on now. This is something that we're talking about now. Y'all saw the indictment. I had it right here on screen. Did you guys not see it? Y'all saw it, right? We had it right here on screen. So Jay, and I don't know if y'all remember when Jay did it. A lot of you fuck ass Jay-Z fans was laughing too. No, Dame Dash broke. He got to sell his money. Jay won. And then when Dame Dash said he gets his right back, y'all was like, when Jay-Z said he gets the rights back in 6 years, I remember when he released that statement. You niggas was like, look, Jay-Z a boss. He owned his masters. Jay-Z won. Where you cornball ass niggas now? Where y'all at now? Where y'all at now? Here we go. Let me show you right now. I just put up the article in TMZ. Let's look. This is dated August 10th, 2024. Jay-Z, reasonable doubt will be all mine. Note to Roc-A-Fella bidders. And this is in TMZ. Jay-Z is staking legal claim to the master recordings of his iconic debut album, and it's a buyer's beware notice of sorts to anyone getting ready to drop more than $1 million to buy Dame Dash's share of Roc-A-Fella Records. TMZ Hip Hop has learned Jay-Z's attorney just made a legal filing that might normally fly under the radar, but here's why it's suddenly very relevant. As we first reported, Dame's third of Roc-A-Fella is going up for auction later this month, and the label's only real asset is Jay-Z's 1996 album Reasonable Doubt. While Roc-A-Fella currently holds the copyright on the record and all of his tracks, Jay-Z's attorneys have now filed notice that those rights will revert to one Sean Carter Jay-Z in 2031. So Jay-Z is a documented hater. A documented. Here we go. He's a documented hater. And here's the state of New York saying, you fucking with my money, OG. Like, nah, nigga. And that's the thing, Camel Lips. You got so goddamn angry and focused on this thing with Dame Dash, you just fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. Look, Jay-Z, you they people. I get it, you they people, but you gotta understand, even your rich people got rivals that don't like them, and they really don't like the fact that your liberal friends are making you be so rich. You got other people who got just as much and oftentimes more money than your liberal friends who don't give a fuck about your black ass and your records. And your matter of fact, your relationship with Obama is gonna make a lot of your rich haters be more against you. So all this fighting other black men shit in 2024, you see all this shit going on with us and you doing this bullshit? All this stuff going on with black people right now, and you got the time to hate on this nigga cell trying to pay his taxes off and trying to pay his back child support. You a grimy, slimy ass nigga. And this is documented. That's some grimy, slimy shit. And maybe what Jaguar Wright is saying is Jaguar right? I don't know about the rest of that stuff. I didn't get into this shit, the rest of the other stuff. I don't know. She was there, I wasn't. But the way you moving with people who used to be your people in the name of other people, I'm seeing some patterns here, homeboy.
Tried to make it like, because what Jay's crew did was they made an application to transfer the copyright back, and it was certified. Certified means it was delivered. An application means it was an ask. That doesn't mean anything. He's just trying to be cute. The reason why, if someone's so good at copyright law, you should know this. Earn your leisure, you should talk about this because this is important. The state found the contract that Jay signed for reasonable
Listen
doubt.
to this.
I'm signed as the CEO, the boss, and he signed as a work for hire.
What? What? I gotta repeat that. This is Dame Dash breaking down the contract for reasonable doubt and whose signature is where. He's giving you names. He said in the contract, Dame Dash CEO Sean Carter work for hire. Listen to this again.
So good at copyright law, you should know this. Earn your leisure, you should talk about this because this is important. The state found the contract that Jay signed for reasonable doubt. I'm signed as the CEO, the boss, and he signed as a work for hire. Jay worked for Roc-A-Fella Inc. And because of that, he's not considered the author, so that law is not applicable to him. The state brought that up. So
the state brought up the fact that, yeah, nigga, you've been rapping to all them niggas that you own shit, but the contract say you don't, motherfucker. I'm just personally laughing at because I spent my whole life, not my whole life, but my whole last 20, 25 years telling niggas Jay-Z's a fraud. I've been telling niggas Jay-Z's a fraud since Hard Knock Life came out. I've been telling people he's a fraud since then. And Larry, you in the chat room, you know. This nigga Larry, no, I'm back at nigga 2010, nigga. I've always been on it since the end of high school, 99, nigga. I remember when Jay-Z was really hot, 2010, 2011. Watch the Throne came out and all that shit. We in the club, everybody, hey! I'm like, fuck out of here. I love you, Kanye, but yeah. I don't fuck with this album because I don't fuck with that nigga. Came in selling the black people dreams and hopes. I'm 30's a new 20 because I have a better automobile. The fuck that got to do with maturity? But they had my whole generation in the club. My generation was the ones, we was the ones that was the most infected by his music. Hoes and clothes, nigga. Hoes and clothes. Nigga, we had black folks 2004, 2003 if you had a house. 2005, 2006, you can refinance that hoe. And nigga had 3% interest, pull out 150, 200,000 in equity, and you could really flip that into something. But nah, you was listening to Jay-Z said, nah, nigga, better car, better automobile. And you see what happened. Fuck nigga music. And now you seeing the fuck nigga shit come out. He told you nigga the same way he told y'all, now I park in my own arena. But then when he sold the team, this shit was for less than $500,000. The amount that he got when he sold the Brooklyn Nets, he couldn't even buy a box seat for a season at center court for that amount of money. If you want to have a center court box seat, that shit was more than $500,000 for a year at the Barclays Arena. He couldn't even, his percentage of ownership amounted to less than a box, having your own box at center court for one season. For every time you look back, he don't own shit. He's a brand, Jay-Z is a brand ambassador. He not that nigga he project to us, but he know we don't know the game. I'm gonna play that one more time for people who talking about Jay-Z's a boss, he owns it. You weird ass niggas. Here we go. Let's play that again. What y'all gonna call James? What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna call the state of New York, the city of New York a hater too?
That doesn't mean anything. He's just trying to be cute. The reason why, if someone's so good at copyright law, you should know this. Earn your leisure, you should talk about this because this is important. The state found the contract that Jay signed for reasonable doubt. I'm signed as the CEO, the boss, and he's signed as a work for hire. Jay worked for Roc-A-Fella Inc. And because of that, he's not considered the author. So that law is not applicable to him. The state brought that up. So on Breakfast Club, I heard homegirl.
So there you have it. There you have it. From the words of Dame Dash, by way of the state of New York. So my question to all you dick riding, sack riding ass niggas: is the state a hater too, or is the hater you?
That's what I don't want. I don't want a black man's business model to be.
Somebody said, "Why is Dame broke?" Go back and watch the fucking interview and find out. His level of broke is not your level of broke. All right. When you have millions and millions of dollars filtering through, you need millions and millions of dollars to keep coming through to stay on top. There's a reason why, if you look it up, your average, most of your Fortune 500 companies at some point needed bailout. That's why places like that are in business like Circuit City, that's why places like Amazon needed investment money for 10 years before it turned a profit. It costs a lot of money to make a lot of money. So if you're talking about broke, broke is a relative term to the amount of money that you owe. Dame Dash owes $7 million in back taxes, which happens to a lot of entertainers because they sorry ass accountants don't be sending them checks in. It happens all the time. Yeah, that shit happened to my doctor. That shit happened to my doctor. He thought he was paying this tax person. Tax person is the one sending the checks off, but the tax person is sending the checks back to his own goddamn account, not to the IRS. Guess what? The state's gonna say, oh my, bye-bye. You need that money on the 30th of the month, nigga, or we gonna come after all your shit. So yeah, his level of money with what he's working with, he's most definitely broke with what he's dealing with. And he's dealing with someone like a Jay-Z when it's time to him to make a move, when it's time to sell it out. As he's trying to sell reasonable doubt, you got Jay-Z going to TMZ and devaluing the price of his product. If he's willing to use TMZ and do that in public in front of us, what the fuck do you think he was doing behind closed doors the whole goddamn time, nigga? Is you paying attention? Is you paying attention? You literally got the state saying this nigga's fucking with this man's money, and you're gonna ask me why he broke. God damn it, you ice cream brain having ass niggas think. And I don't mean that personally. I mean that big picture, not Jesse Throws any. Because that question, that wasn't about necessarily the person. I don't know who that was that made that comment. That's not necessarily about that person. That's about, that question is something that you hear all the fucking time. And now in 2024, in this 8 of Hearts year, we're starting to see why. Remember when I told y'all? Nigga, I told y'all niggas before Cat Williams what this year was going to be a while. Did I not? And did I not say during this 8 of Hearts year, it's going to reveal a specific kind of person that's going to be revealed? The 8 of Hearts is a revelation of the people that we thought we loved. It's a revelation of the people who were popular. We didn't even know why we loved them, but their faces on TV all day, they're popular. They're popular at church or at your job. This is the year, all that shit, all the people that have been playing in our face, nigga, whatever game you've been playing, good, bad, or indifferent, this is the year for that shit to come out. And next year, that 9 of Hearts year, is the year for that shit to be cut off. Tomorrow is a year to the date that I read that Puffy is going to court and going to jail. Tomorrow's gonna be a year to the date. Check the timestamp, nigga. I ain't fucking around with these cards. But let's go back into what he's talking about. Let's go back to what he's talking about. I said 2028. Here we go. Let's listen to this part.
Be tearing down other black men, and that's why they're paying you. And that was the purpose of America New, to give a platform where we could freely showcase the good.
Not that part.
he's playing, so I'm moving on, man. You know.
Okay, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Let me see. Wait, no. I had to have marked that for some reason. Let me let this play. I had to
And
have
that was the
screenshot that
purpose
shit
of
for some
America
reason.
New, to give a platform where we could freely showcase the good
I'm
parts
gonna let
of
it
our
play a little
culture.
bit.
That's all I want. And I just want us to get paid fairly. And I want the right, like, you know, regardless of what. And I said this last week.
Here we go.
We all hip hop brothers. We've known each other a while. When I heard about Herb having a stroke, I genuinely
In
worried.
that part, he was talking about how everybody really should, even if you go on beef, at least tag each other's product in it. And I like that suggestion. If you're gonna beef somebody, at least make some money off of it and help each other win. That's the thing with us. Too many niggas think that they gotta be the only one. Like the lesson I told y'all earlier this week. One of the biggest investors in Honda Motor Corporation is General Motors. One of the biggest investors in Toyota is Honda. One of the biggest investors in Samsung is Apple. These companies invest in one another. You need a synergy between things in order to grow things. That's why the whole Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese thing is something. Yeah, Angel Reese is the girl they putting out front, but they need the synergy, the juxtaposition of her versus Angel Reese to grow. You grow together. Growing together isn't just some old fucking cliche. Even if there's tension and beef between the two, you synergize off of it and grow. That's how you stay big. That's how you stay having 100-year-long company. That like Ford and General Motors investing in one another, sharing each other's technology. That's how you stay around. You want to get to the top? Psst, you cut off, nigga. And that's what Dame is referring to right here. How, Jay had that mindset, how these niggas don't have that mindset of synergizing off one another.
When he messes up my Rockaware deal, because he wants to make an announcement.
Here we go. This is where he talks about when Jay-Z hated on the Rockaware deal. See, earlier he talked about what Jay-Z did last week, 2 weeks ago. Now, this is the part where where we get into Jay-Z costing Dame Dash $40 million. Let's listen to, I'm going to listen, I rewind to the beginning of the part so we can hear out the whole part.
I do. And I think anyone that says that is dumb. Because Jay and Biggs took me to court.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back a little bit further than that.
It makes people ask questions.
Yeah, let's go back to
Here
the
we
work
go.
for hire. And how you feel about people saying that you always talk about Jay?
Well, let me answer it like this. To me, whoever is saying that I'm talking about Jay, I guarantee you that person talks about Jay way more than I do. And I think anyone that says that is dumb. Because Jay and Biggs took me to court. And I'm in an active, situation based on us having to go to court. So I have no choice but to talk about these things. And when someone messes up 50 grand of your money, you probably talk about it. Can you imagine a man messing up 40 million when he messes up my Rockaware deal? Because
I'm going to replay that part, but did you hear what he said? Niggas get mad over 50 grand. That's true. He said, can you imagine a man messing up a deal that was about to pay you millions, 40 million? So I'm going to play that one part again, then I'm going to let it play through.
50 grand of your money, you probably talk about it. Can you imagine a man messing up 40 million when he messes up my Rockaware deal? Because he wants to make an announcement that he's no longer a part of Rockaware, but the minute, because he devalued the company, that I sell my interest to invest in Rachel Roy.
I'm gonna break that back. I'm gonna break that down for you. What he said was, when Rockaware was there, instead of Dame Dash had a deal to get in place to sell his interest in Rockaware and move the company along, and go start Rachel Roy later on. instead of Jay-Z saying and just being quiet, saying, hey partner, go get your money. Jay-Z could have at least just shut up. Had Jay-Z just shut up, Dame would have got his bread, allegedly, according to Dame Dash. Dame would have gotten his bread. But instead of just shutting up and allowing Dame to get his bread, Jay-Z made an announcement. That nigga made an announcement. I'm not part of the brand. And Jay-Z, although it's Dame Dash's company, he's the face of the brand. So when the face of a brand say, I'm not part of the brand anymore, $40 million. I guess the tiger don't change his stripes, do he? I guess the tiger don't change his stripes. Dame Dash tried to sell his stake in reasonable doubt. You do this right here, and it's right here on TMZ. Y'all can't call me a hater. And understand this about TMZ. TMZ don't dig and find shit. Their publicist gives it to them. That's nothing I want y'all to know. When y'all see this TMZ shit, this ain't TMZ. TMZ ain't these motherfucking hell of a researchers. Like, ooh, let me see. These niggas ain't on the internet finding stuff and making calls. No. These artists have publicists, and TMZ have relationship with their publicists. And when they want a story, when these places, they want exclusives. So they want interviews, they want future equity, or they may already have deals in place with these artists. And they use their publicists, they use their team, they use their people, and they use TMZ, the Daily Mail, and all of these, Lipstick Alley, the Shade Room, and they use these outlets to put out whatever things they need to put out without using their own words. Jay-Z's not going to tweet that. Jay-Z's not going to go on an interview and say it. He's going to use what they talk about in the 48 Laws of Power. He's going to use the cat's paw. Keep your hands clean. Use a cat's paw. Let someone else get their hands dirty, and you reward them with treats. That's one of the laws of power. I forgot which one. But that's how niggas like this operate. So it caught and bit him in the ass this time. You got away with it with with Roc-A-Fella. But now with reasonable doubt, that same old shit. See, when I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to believe, I pay attention and I watch behavior, How do you move? Not what do you say, how do you move? Y'all remember that episode of Martin when he was the love doctor? That was one of the funniest episodes ever. Martin was like, it's not what you say, it's what you do. That was one of the funniest episodes of Martin ever. When Martin was the love doctor. It's not, but that was a real ass line though. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Martin just took that real ass line and turned it into a joke that was funny as hell, but it's true. You watch how people move. And this motherfucker moved like a dirtbag. A lot of you niggas that think Jay-Z can do no wrong, you niggas is closeted dirtbags. Y'all just ain't got the money to be a dirtbag like Jay-Z. If you niggas have the money, you be a dirtbag like this nigga too. So, yeah, when you come out mad at me, just understand this. I see you. And I know how you move. And I'll be like, let me stay away from this nigga. He's showing me this nigga. This nigga's showing me he a snake. You idolize a snake. I ain't talking about everybody who just likes a Jay-Z song. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the fan fuckboys. Y'all all know who I'm talking about when I say that. We all know the fanboys. We talking about the fanboys, not the fans who just like the music. All right? I gotta always make sure that I'm very clear with that. This nigga said, Chanel said a camel can't change his humps. That was funny. All right, let's play. I'm gonna back that up a little bit to that part, and then we're gonna play it through because I want you to hear more what he says after this. Let me go back to this part.
An announcement that he's no longer a part of Rockware, but the minute because he devalued,
I'm gonna go back a little bit further than that.
no choice but to talk about these things.
Here we go.
And when someone messes up 50 grand of your money, you probably talk about it. Can you imagine a man messing up 40 million when he messes up my Rockware deal? Because he wants to make an announcement that he's no longer a part of Rockware, but the minute, because he devalued the company, that I sell my interest to invest in Rachel Roy, he comes back to the company.
Ooh, what that sound like? Dame Dash sold his interest in the company, and Jay-Z came back to the company. Don't that sound like Jermaine Dupri? Don't do the Super Bowl. It's not a good look. We talking about very public Jay-Z moments here. Don't talk about me. This first page of Google. I just did this shit right in front of you. Oh yeah, you guys can't see me. I got that picture up. Look, it's right here. It's right here. Right here. Report. Jay-Z told Jermaine Dupri not to work with the NFL, then worked with the NFL. Huh. Let's go back.
Rockware, but the minute.
Let's go back to what Dame Dash talking about here.
And messing up 40 million when he messes up my Rockware deal, because he wants to make an announcement that he's no longer a part of Rockware, but the minute, because he devalued the company, that I sell my interest to invest in Rachel Roy, he comes back to the company. Like, valued the company, that I sell my interest to invest in Rachel Roy, he comes back to the company.
Pattern of behavior. Pattern of behavior. Pattern of behavior. See, again, pattern of behavior. Somebody said, don't trust Diddy, don't trust Dame. Who said to trust Dame? My message is there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. Have you ever listened to me? Have I ever said to trust anybody? You like who you like. I don't give a fuck who you like. That's a matter of personal opinion. But trust, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. When you niggas gonna understand that? You don't trust nobody. It's ain't about trust. They ain't watching your kids. These are some fucking celebrities ain't none of us ever gonna meet. They ain't about no goddamn trust. Why in the hell would you trust anybody you never broke bread with? Period. If you ain't broke bread with nobody, why would you trust them? Matter of fact, why do you even have to trust people? These are entertainers. It's up to us to watch them play out things through society. Like, I admire Dame Dash for how he moves. I don't trust him. I don't have to trust him. I'm never going to ask him to. I'm never going to sit a $10,000 bag down next to the foot and say, watch it. So I don't have to trust him. I'm not going to have him watch any kids of mine or that I know. Watch my niece. And I'm not going to say, hey, I need you to babysit my niece for a moment, Dame Dash. So why the fuck do I even need to trust him? Well, this ain't about trusting anybody. It's about listening to the goddamn story and seeing how this shit playing out. Trust isn't even a part of the equation. Come on, people. Let's stay focused. Focus, focus, focus. Focus.
Like, that was $40 million that I was going to get paid. Like, I don't see why. Like, if I could get in front of Jay right now, there'd be some questions I would ask. Right? And again, for all of those people that are like, yo, why are you talking about him? Why the fuck? I talk about a lot of things, but this in particular, this dude's been fucking with my money intentionally. And he has a whole crew of people that go to funny parties that are fucking with me too, like a Steve Stout, a Leo Cohen, you know, those kind of guys. So that's why. And because y'all being misled, because you only read headlines, and sometimes you sound very not intelligent
Very
based
not
on
intelligent.
how you perceive the headlines. I want to make sure y'all don't look and sound stupid. And I know that.
So that's what he's talking about. Jay-Z, when Dame Dash had a chance to sell his stake, made a move to devalue his stake. And then move right around. That's a snake if I ever seen one, homeboy. That's a snake if I've ever seen one, homeboy. That is a snake. Oh, James, I appreciate the Cash App. James, I appreciate the Cash App. So, yeah. So, this is what we dealing with here, folks. But I will say this. I got a lot of respect for Dame Dash. Dame Dash is against the people who are the real gangsters. And is Dame Dash somebody I'd ever kick it with? Probably not. You know, he's a fly guy. Dewan Brown don't do too well around fly guys. You know, as you can see, look at me. I ain't no ultra in shape. I dress clean, but I ain't about to be wearing the flyest shoes. I ain't with all that fly shit, nigga. I'm a real nigga 10 toes down from the inside out, not from the outside in. I don't give a fuck about none of that fly guy shit. And Dame's a fly guy. So is he the kind of cat that I'd probably ever want to hang around? No. But I talk business with Dame. He's somebody I go to lunch with or whatever to have a conversation about business. Hell yeah. If you see me around Dame Dash, it's because that motherfucker got business sense. And there's one thing I know about business. When people make big mistakes and have big losses, that means they got big stories and big lessons for you to learn. So you don't make those big mistakes and have those big losses. A lot of you dumb niggas out there be like, well, he don't have $100 million. Well, the motherfucker who lost 40 can oftentimes teach you more than the one who has 100. You ever think about that, you fucking dumbass? So I would like, yeah, he's somebody who, you know, does he move in every way? I think he like it. He do it. No, you know, I don't like it. Matter. Let's just tell the whole goddamn truth. I hated that Roc-A-Fella music. I ain't like that music Dame Dash and them niggas was putting out back in the 90s that was all fuckboy music. I ain't like none of that shit. I remember listening to it, but it was all sample-based instruments with fuckboy lyrics. Bad Boy Records, Roc-A-Fella Records, State. I ain't listening to none of that shit. I fucks with Nas. I'm not saying I don't fuck with New York. I fuck with Nas. I definitely fuck with Tribe Called Quest. I listen to Tribe Called Quest more than I listen to the Far Side, and the Far Side from LA. Nigga, when it come to Tribe, nigga, you will if you get in my car, it's a good chance Low End Theory will be playing. Like, I fucks with me some New York, but I don't fuck with any kind of any kind of music because it's from a city. I like it because it's good. The vibrations, the chords and the keys they use make my spirit feel good. You know, the lyrics ain't making me a fucking total idiot. Now, I'm not saying it's not a time and place for Jay-Z's idiot music, but overall, this idiot, Jay-Z, Puffy, they made idiot music for the most part, 95% of the time. And every now and again, he may have said something that you can use. But 95% of it was fucking idiot music. So you're not listening to me talk as a fan of Dame Dash or none of these motherfuckers. As a matter of fact, Larry will tell you if I can get Larry to call in. I was on the phone with Larry talking about this. Yes, we was talking about this show, this interview. And I was like, because I would listen to the music, but the music had so little value to me in the 90s and the 2000s. I never cared to know who Dame Dash was. I never cared to know anything more than, okay, that's the nigga, the fly nigga in the videos. The music to me just didn't have enough, it didn't hold my interest enough to learn about any of these niggas. Like Larry, what was this about? I would listen to the music and I would hear the music, I just didn't like it. I only really researched artists that were interesting to me. I researched Q-Tip, but Jay-Z wasn't interesting because I heard all of his music before. I heard all the music Jay-Z used to quote was more interesting to me than Jay-Z. You know, so like, about like 15 years ago, this nigga Larry had to sit me down and give me a course in who is who when it came to that whole Jay-Z, that Bad Boy, Roc-A-Fella era of the late 90s. Larry had to teach me about the who is who like in like 2009, 2010. Because I did not pay attention to these niggas. They're not interesting to me. But as I started listening to Dame Dash interviews over the last decade, he became interesting to me because I understood what he was saying. I understood when he was saying $1 million isn't a lot of money. I understood the sentiment of that. A lot of you dumb niggas took the literal because you thinking I make $26,000 a year. What do you mean $1 million isn't a lot of money? You didn't understand the point of view he was coming from when it came to how that money is spent and how it's used. So as I started listening to Dame Dash do interviews, that's when I was like, okay, he got something. And then when I saw how people keep coming at him, and when I heard him talk about Leor Cohen, because most of these fake revolutionary ass niggas ain't gonna talk about the real deal. They gonna talk about the nigga, but not the white boy behind the nigga. And it's the white boy and the white boys behind the nigga that enables that nigga to get away with his shit. So when he started talking about Leor Cohen and Clive Davis and the people who I know, it's one of my other books I just got, Rhythm and Business. I could have told you niggas at Roc-A-Fella I could have told Dame Dash this shit was coming before Jay-Z did his bullshit. Because these white boys been running the same fucking play for a long time. And when you do, like, the thing is, when you read a lot like I do, and you interview and you do research, you can see the bullshit. You can identify the players. It's like, when you've been doing something for so long, you can look at somebody and be like, okay, you're that one. Oh, no. Oh, he's that one. Because at the end of the day, everyone is just playing a role. Everyone's just playing a role. And it ain't that many different archetypes of people when you get into the work environment. The same way you guys can learn that shit when you at work. At your job, you know who is who, don't you? Anybody that's been able to keep a job more than 5 years, I ain't talking about you niggas that go and quit after 6 months. Anybody who's been able to work a day job more than 5 years, especially if you by your 5th, 6th year of the job, when a person gets hired, you know within a couple weeks where they gonna be with it. You be like, because you see they work face, they new face, you kind of feel who they are, but then at about month 2 or 3, that new employee thing, the new employee smell starts to wear off, and by month 6 of that job, you really kind of know who they is, and by that Christmas party, you know everything you need to know, and everybody fits in these pieces and places. And the more you get to understand rhythms of people, you can understand who is who. And so Dame is somebody who knows a lot, but he's also an arrogant asshole. And I'm sure his arrogance is the reason why he's also lost out on a lot of shit too. I am very sure, because people don't like an arrogant person. I don't mind arrogant people. Matter of fact, I like arrogant people. People who are assholes, I like excuse the sentiment of what I'm saying, but I like people who are assholes. I just when I see somebody as an asshole, I'll be like, here we go. I get along well with assholes because they about they shit, and you can't take nothing an asshole does personally. So I can appreciate somebody who's an asshole and not take it personal. But that's also because I know and love myself, and I know who I am. You got to be when you solid in who you are, what the next person is don't matter. But at the same time, you got to be able to identify who is who. And part of my job as somebody with a microphone, King of Clubs, born on a Wednesday, Mercury ruled, I'm an orator. I speak. I see shit. That's the gift that God gave me. That's my card, King of Clubs. Everybody else got their own card. Dame Dash is a 3 of spades. So he's somebody that's about that controversy. He's somebody that don't mind ruffling feathers. As a matter of fact, I'm about to do that. I'm about to go into Dame Dash's cards. I'm about to show you niggas exactly why. What's his birthday? Y'all want some cards, nigga? For those of you who don't know what the playing cards is, it's a calendar that's used to decode your personalities. And you can find more about it on my website, breakthroughcards.com. But his birthday is May 3rd, 1971. I know he's a 3 of spades, but I want to pull the spread up for y'all. Hey, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I got some dope shit. Some people that I never thought would be into cards hit me up today. I had a dope ass. I ain't gonna really say nothing about it. I'm just gonna say I had a dope ass meeting and it's crazy because it all started with somebody seeing me read these goddamn cards and me reading them years ago and knowing how helpful this thing is. So I'm these things, people understand, some of the people that you never would know is looking, understand how helpful these cards are. And I've been in some good rooms lately, helping people, not on some weirdo shit, not on some regular, hey, come and hang out with me shit. Like, nah, we really need some solutions. We're dealing with some big time people and personalities, and we need your help. I've been getting them calls a lot lately, all from these cards. And the shit, and really, they've been recommendations from other people in business. Like, hey, and they like, Dewan, you can do. I didn't know you did that. I thought you was just a comedian. I do so much goddamn shit. People been thinking I'm just that. Oh, Dewan, I didn't know you did that. Yeah, come on, we got a meeting. I got to bring a meeting on Monday with these cards, nigga. Corporate. So don't fuck around with this. People don't play when it comes to this shit. I've been telling y'all a long time. The people who you see, who you think they just by happenstance know where to be, not me, but they got somebody like me on their team telling them what it is, and they're moving accordingly. But Dame Dash is a 3 of spades. That's a controversy. You know who else is a 3 of spades? Dr. Short. That's crazy. Dr. Short and Dame Dash got the same card. That's funny. Because them is some rebel rousing ass niggas. Y'all know Dr. Short. Dr. Short do not mind ruffling some feathers. Yeah, 3 of spades people do not mind ruffling feathers. You know, they see things for what it is, and they as a day. Yeah, there's no way Dame Dash could be quiet about anything that he sees that he perceives as unfair. If Dame perceives something is unfair, he's going to say something. Is he an asshole? Certified. 3 of spades is a certified asshole card. Like, you know, and you know why he's an asshole? Because the nigga truly don't give a fuck what you think. People of this card don't have the time, space, and nor do they get anything out of caring about what you think. People of this card, like, how many you feel about them, there's like, it, like for Dame, the shit don't even register for him. In his card, it don't even, like, this person, they think this about you, they think that about you. Dame is like, well, who the fuck are they? And I mean, genuinely, it's not a front. Because he has a 9 of hearts in his Mercury, and that's the card of the heartbreaker. The 9 of hearts, and next year is a 9 of hearts year, by the way. So next year is Dame Dash's Mercury year. So I could tell you right now, we're going to hear a lot from Dame Dash next year. His platform is about to get rebuilt. He's about to be in our faces. With us going into a 9 of hearts year, and his personal Mercury card is a 9 of hearts, we're about to hear a lot from Dame Dash next year. This is, if I was somebody that knew him, I think investing in that network he has, American New, that's a great idea because his voice is about to get a lot louder right now. But 9 of hearts is a heartbreaker. The 9 of hearts tells the truth no matter how you feel about it. So it's not even, if Dame Dash tried to put it like this, if somebody like him came to me for a reading and they said, man, people keep running away from me because I'll be like, look, man, even if you tried to switch it up, if you tried to change and just become a people pleaser, it wouldn't even look right on you. Like if this nigga tried to be a people pleaser, it wouldn't work. That nigga would hate himself. So he better off shooting you down than shooting himself down. In other words, is what I'm trying to say. So this is Dame Dash right here. This is personality. This is personality type. He definitely don't give a fuck. Jack of Clubs Saturn. Now that right there is when people talk about him fucking things up, messing up his business deals. That Jack of Clubs knows how to say the right thing at the wrong time, or the wrong thing at the right time. And that's his Saturn card. So that means internally who he is. Yeah, he gotta. This is where he says things that since it's coming from his Saturn and moving like that, even he makes moves that he doesn't understand why he did it. He makes sometimes too spontaneous, too upfront, not really. How can I say this? His boundary issues. He has boundary issues. Dame Dash has for real, because Jacks don't take anything serious. So for that to have a Jack in your Saturn card, that means you have for real boundary issues. Queen of Spades, Jupiter, that means that's a hella judgmental. That's a judgmental ass nigga. Oh, and he has a 2 of clubs in his Pluto. 2 of clubs. Inside joke. 2 of clubs in his Pluto, so that means down deep inside who he is down, like at a most instinctful level, is still a truth teller. He has a truth teller in his sun and his Pluto, and his moon card of 4 hearts. That's about bringing people together. Dame Dash ultimately wants people to come together. He wants to bring people together, but he has a very harsh way of doing it. That cosmic moon 4 hearts, that means he's a very sensitive nigga. That's a very sensitive card. Moon. Moon deals with your emotions. Dame Dash has a hard outer shell because he's a very sensitive nigga on the inside. He has a genuine care, but he doesn't know how to communicate. Not a heart's Mercury card. He just doesn't know how to communicate that properly. He's a big caring guy who who's also at the same time extremely judgmental. Five of Diamonds, Mars. That means his value. He has a challenge with his values, which is right there. That Five of Diamonds in Mars. That's right there. Him previously. That's him being able to be around Puffy. Him being able to be around Jay-Z. This don't mean this nigga's like he can be around them kind of people. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be exactly like them, but he's one of the people that can be around. Five of Diamonds means in the Mars, that means he can be around people that are doing questionable things, but that challenges his values, and depending on where those values are, he's going to have to speak out. So I can see the strife in his life. I can see where he has this. I can see where Dame Dash has this internal fight. That brother's internal fight is real, and it spews out in his mistreatment of people, how he down talks people, how he's mean to people and an asshole towards people. That has to do with his internal fight and his sometimes Jack of Clubs Saturn card, questionable values, morals, questionable values in Mars. So he's fighting, but I could tell he's a person that's doing his best. And so, is he perfect? Nah, he ain't perfect. King of Clubs, his old card, yeah, standing in his truth. So, yeah, Dame is a complicated person. Three of Clubs people are very, 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 very complicated, very, very polarizing. And the reason why he's polarizing to us is because he's polarizing to himself. That nigga polarizes his goddamn self. So that's who Dame is. But with that being said, he's somebody that's he's gonna fight for what he feels is right. That's in his cards. That's who this nigga is. He's going to fight. The three of spades people are not people you want to cross on their moral bounds. Wherever their moral bounds are, if you cross it, they're going to fight for their shit. And so what I see in Dame is I see a man that's playing his cards out. He's playing his cards out, doing what he feels is best to get where he got to get. And I salute to him, Is he somebody I probably hang out with? Probably not. But I would most definitely talk business with this brother, and I would definitely pick his brain, and I would talk on the phone with him for hours if I could, just to learn what he knows. I would talk to Dame Dash, I would talk to him anytime the nigga call. I could be goddamn having a barbecue. If that nigga called and it's about some business, I'm gonna stop what the fuck I'm doing and listen. Because there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. And yes, even somebody who lost $40 million can teach me something. The person that lost 40 could probably teach me 10 times more than the person that's worth $1 billion. You get bigger lessons in your losses anyway. If I've gotten bigger lessons in my losses, I'm sure the same will go for him and anybody, and most of y'all out there too. You get your biggest lessons in your losses. But the man is still here, and he's still fighting a good fight, and he's still putting up and going at the people who need to be got at. That's what I appreciate. He going at the people who need to be got at. And salute to Dame Dash, and salute to everybody in the room. Salute to everybody. Y'all can go to DewanB.com, get your reading at breakthroughcards.com. All right. I'm about to get up out of here. About to take some of these bliss capsules right now, because I'm going to have a good time tonight. Hell yeah, Sincere. I could be having a barbecue. When you got game like that, nigga, let's go. See, a lot of these people be wanting to, I want to be friends. I don't want to be, look, I got enough friends. My best friend is in the other room, my wife. When I'm done talking to you dirty niggas, I'm going to be kicking it with my wife. I don't need no new friends. Nigga, me and my wife we eat your shit. We'll sit back and watch a Jaguar right video and be giddy and laughing like goddamn. I'm not going to say that joke. That's an offline joke. But yeah. I be laughing, man. We watching Atlanta. We have these concerts. I don't need no new goddamn friends. My personal life is intact and well and beautiful. I have beautiful friends, beautiful family. I ain't looking for no goddamn friends and nobody and none of this shit. But I am always looking for allies and people I can fuck with on a business level, people I can grow with, people I can learn from. You never done with people you can learn from. And Dame Dash is somebody I can learn from. And as long as that nigga's giving up the game, I'ma be listening. And if you over here thinking, well, he fell out, well then you can get the hell on out yourself. You dig? I'm more mature than that. And card readings is something else. Yeah, the card readings decode you. And hit the like button. I got all these hundreds of people in here. Hit that like button. That's on your way out, all right? Hey, Jay Sean, I saw Jaguar's video with Piers before I came on here, and that's why I started a little bit late. We're breaking down that video with Jaguar and Piers tomorrow on this very YouTube channel. I should be going live tomorrow. Based on my schedule, look for me to go live sometime between 12 and 2:30-ish, sometime between 12 and 3 Pacific time tomorrow. I'll be going live sometime between 12 and 3 Pacific. No. Before that, I have a 3 o'clock and a Metaverse Comedy. We'll be on the Oculus tomorrow at 4:20 if you're on scenes. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be going live around like 11 in the morning tomorrow because I got my Oculus comedy show in the afternoon. So tomorrow I'll be going live around 11 a.m., 12. I should start my live no later than 12 Pacific time tomorrow, all right? And we're going to break down that Jaguar Wright video. You dig? So thank y'all again for listening. I got to get up out of here. Got to go shindigging. So y'all have a good one. And remember this. There are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages. For those willing to pick up the game, I got about another 2 of these to drink today because it's hot. And I'm out.